Okay, so they want us to come up with the equation, write an equation. So they're giving us an egg shape, an ellipse, and they want us to come up with the equation. Notice this ellipse is not centered at the origin. So let me write for you the general form. It's going to be x minus some kind of number squared over some number plus y minus some number squared over some number equals 1. That's the general form. And then the center is opposite. Here, I'll just make this plus. Plus or minus. It's the opposite of whatever's next to x and y. That's the key to know. That the center is opposite, comma, opposite. It's the opposite of whatever's next to x, and it's the opposite of whatever's next to y. So right there's the center, right? Just kind of eyeballing it. Over 2, up 3. So there is the center of the ellipse. So what does that mean then? X minus 2, right? Because that's the opposite of plus 2 squared, and y minus 3, again, because that's the opposite of plus 3 squared equals 1. Now I got to find out those numbers underneath x and underneath y. Are we good so far with the center? Is that making sense how I'm finding the center of the ellipse? I just graphically looked at it and said, well, it's right 2, up 3, both positive, positive 2, positive 3. And that means in the equation, in the parentheses next to x or y, it's always the opposite. So there's always this opposite effect between the number in the equation in the parentheses versus the numbers in the graph. So from equation to graph, it always does the opposite. So if it's -2 in the parentheses, it's +2 in the graph for x. And for y, if the center is -3 in the parentheses, it's really +3 on the graph. It's always opposite of the numbers in the parentheses next to x and y. That's what it's saying up here. Center is opposite, opposite. Okay. Now, how do you know? Now, what about this number and this number, which go under x and y? What are they going to be? Well. We just have to count. So for x, we just go from the center. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 this way. 1, 2, 3, 3 that way. So it's 3 to the edge each way. So this is 3 squared. It's under x because that was x up and down. And then I mean right and left. And now up and down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the edge. And same thing, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the edge. So it's 5 squared. Is that making sense? So there's our equation. Now you can leave it this way, or you can say 9 there, or you can say 25. I think it'll take it either way. Whether you put 3 squared or 9 or 5 squared or 25, whatever, same thing. So one more time, running over it. The equation always has a 1 on the right side. Next to x and y in the parentheses are the center, but it's opposite and opposite. So if the center is +2, +3, next to x will be -2, -3 in the parentheses. And then on the bottom is how far x is right and left. So from the center to the edge, right and left 3. So 3 squared underneath x, which is 9. And up and down from the center is 5. 5 squared is what goes underneath y, because y is up and down. 25 or 5 squared, either way. So that's the answer they want you to type into that box. There we go.